So Xbox One X finally launches. Also, Phil Spencer, now that it's launching, talks upping first-party games, which is actually the first we're hearing about this in a long time, ever since a couple of studios shut down last year. One of your games that you were looking forward to, Scalebound canceled.
Although from what I do hear, it was mercy killing. So I'm still a little peeved, but I understand.
Yeah, so pretty much this was a Bloomberg article originally, I believe.
Yeah,
it's kind of making its cycle around on the media outlets. But they're pretty much saying, or Phil Spencer's saying, that now that they have the hardware out, pretty much their focus now is going to be investing in studios to help with first party and or to create new studios with the actual goal of creating more first party content.
Yeah,
I heard a lot of people being skeptical because of their recent closures.
Yeah,
and they're like,
but,
well, which ones were they that they shut down? I heard they were pretty big ones, right?
I can't think of the Fable one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. They've been shutting down.
Just my foodie.
They've been shutting down their studios recently, and it didn't look good for first party games for a while.
No, I mean their software and their like the backwards compatibility. That's always a thing, which is awesome.
Yeah.
The newest thing that came out was Cuphead,
which was really well received.
Yes,
that's the game to get nowadays for Xbox.
Yeah. I mean, it's
even
also
though it is available on Windows,
but for the system console, a lot of people are playing on
the new Oreo game. I'm excited for. I still got to beat Ori and the Blind.
Oreo. I think you said Oreo. The new Oreo game.
No, Ori.
Double stuffed.
Ori and the Blind Forest. I still haven't beaten, but I really like that game. Castlevania.
It looks good.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's cool. But that's getting the sequel and everything like that. That Super Lucky's Tale that came out evidently wasn't good.
No.
Yeah, that got hit with pretty bad reviews. I saw.
It didn't look good. I mean, it
looked like a platformer. I mean, at the end of the day, it looked like a platformer, and I guess there's just some problems with it.
It looked like generic kid-friendly graphics, but it didn't look like a bad platformer from what I saw, from their trailers and stuff.
I think, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. They still during the interview and everything, and some of the other interviews that he's had, they're really talking about the games or the game services are really what's making the money for Microsoft right now in the games division. The hardware, he said since E3 that the hardware doesn't really make us any money. It provides a platform for them to get the games out there and the different services out there in front of your face. But the games are what actually drive the profit line. So the services are what drive the profit line. So that's what you see with Game Pass. And things along those lines. But like I said, we haven't really had a lot of first-party games, and all the first-party games that were supposed to come out this year have just been pushed back. And I don't know, we don't know what's going to happen in Crackdown. Sea of Thieves is in early access now. What was the other game that they had to push back? Crackdown, Sea of Thieves. I feel like there was one more.
Was there Halo Wars, or did that come already?
Halo Wars came out.
Okay.
You missed it.
I don't know.
Can't think of the other one.
What's the they have their open world Destiny killer coming out?
No, that's not first party though.
That's EA. Anthem.
EA. Yeah.
Anthem. Yeah.
Anthem. EA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For first party. Yeah, I don't know what the other ones.
I'm gonna remember it eventually.
But anyway,
whatever. It's like drowned in the history because no one talks about it.
But it's just that they keep getting pushed back, and part of it is, I guess they have to try and create more studios to get the right kind of talent so they can start developing more first party. Now, when I think first party, I still think there's no way that they're not going to do the Xbox Play Anywhere. So I really think whatever first party studio they buy, whatever game they make, it's going to be on Xbox One S, Xbox One X,
Windows,
and then Windows 10. I don't think it's going to be an exclusive game, which is really what's causing the problem, I feel like. Quantum Break was the first one. Awesome game. I like Quantum Break a lot. But that was the first game that pretty much came Play Anywhere.
Apparently that has a huge Xbox One X
enhanced
update.
Yep. But so I don't know. It's really interesting to think about. My big question is, or two really big questions are, what studios should they buy, and what types of games are they going to be working on for first party?
Yeah. The one thought that came to my mind when I saw they were looking to acquire new companies was Capcom. But you pointed out that there might be a thing where Japanese companies can only be bought by Japanese companies based on their trading, their stock trading or whatever. So that might not be a thing.
And like I said, I don't know if that's a thing. Like I've put feelers out there on comment like threads and stuff like that, and some people have said that's not a thing. Some people have said that it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it's at, but I remember hearing a while ago that, and that's part of the reason. And I'm assuming that's part of the reason too why like Square Enix actually publishes Call of Duty in Japan.
Right.
Like a lot of people don't know that, but they actually publish the product in Japan.
Interesting.
Maybe a subsidiary of Microsoft.
Yeah, I would love to see what kind of business model that looks like. But so yeah, I mean Capcom. I really kind of still think, and I know it's kind of crazy. I really still think like Bluehole, the ones that do PUBG. I really think that they, just like Minecraft, they buy the studio, they buy the game, and they allow for it to show up on every platform, like they did with Minecraft. And they're going to still make money because they're publishing it. So they get a cut of every single copy that's sold on PlayStation.
Right.
So that's my feeling on it. But as far as like other studios, I was surprised after Quantum Break, because I thought Quantum Break was really well done. I'm surprised that they didn't try and buy up Remedy. I'm surprised that they haven't tried to make a deal with Insomniac.
Have their games really sold really well?
That's the thing, though. Yeah. But I mean, if you're trying to find talented studios, then. But Insomniac, I don't think will go, because Insomniac likes being the independent developer and kind of controlling their own fate. But Remedy, like I said, the ones that did Quantum Break and the original Max Payne games, like I don't see why they couldn't try and make a kind of a jump for them.
Bring back Max Payne as a flagship character.
Well, Max Payne is actually owned by Rockstar.
Oh.
So they'd have to buy it back from Rockstar. But there hasn't been a Max Payne game in 5 years.
I only played the first two. I loved the first two. When I saw the third one come out, I wasn't interested.
Yeah, the third one wasn't bad, but the first two definitely are the.
I feel like buying back that IP might be a good move for Microsoft, just to have like a character that you can get behind on Microsoft.
Yeah. I think the problem with that though is, you look at other things. It's like, okay, we can buy an old franchise and bring it up, but how do you update it in today's world?
Yeah.
It gets to the point where you might as well have just called it something else. You know what I mean?
There's another element of this too, that like you think about like publishing and studios. Bethesda publishes their own stuff, but they're actually a privately owned company. Mm-hmm. Would Microsoft make a play to buy up all their IP?
I don't know. That'd be expensive.
That'd be a lot of money. But I'm spitballing. I'm trying to think, because there's not that many like key developers out there. Like THQ Nordic maybe, but like they're working on Darksiders 3. I don't know if that's a really good bet. Like I feel like if they're gonna be buying up studios, it's going to have to be studios that have the talent, have particular IPs.
I heard there's some. It was a while. I haven't heard much from them like recently, but Crytek seemed to be doing pretty badly.
Yeah, you know what? That might not be a bad purchase.
Yeah.
Because you would get the Crysis IP with that. What else are they? They're working on some other new game too.
They were.
There's like a cowboy monster hunting game or something like that. I saw.
They are?
Yeah, I swear. I know somewhere it's a PC game.
I know they were having a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're like in development hell right now just because they need money.
They would get the Rise IP. That could be like their God of War IP.
Yeah.
So I don't know, spitballing. But what kind of games would you like them to say? Because I really don't know if they would be the ones to go and be like, all right, we're going to do this awesome like Uncharted-esque or God of War-esque like story, over the shoulder type games.
Crytek?
No, just in general. Like
in
Xbox,
general.
like what do you think they're going to try and make, or what do you think they're going to try and shoot for? What?
I don't even know. It's hard to. I mean, we know a Halo eventually is going to come out, Halo 6, but
which we still don't know anything about, which is shocking.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
anything about it.
For Xbox, I feel like they're going to start going with IPs or game types that you wouldn't expect Xbox to have, or as like a selling point. Maybe RPGs or platformers like Super Lucky Tale, but better.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
I think they're on the right track with like the smaller stuff. If they're going to do the idea Xbox stuff, like what they did with Cuphead, what they did with Ori, I thought were really good moves.
Yeah. But one thing I think is they're really going to focus on 4K now that Xbox One X is out. So whatever games they're going to get, they're probably going to have like a highly photorealistic game.
Yeah. I just don't want to see them invest in these studios and then all of a sudden we're getting like a Fable Legends type deal. We're getting a Sea of Thieves type deal where it's like a shared world or it's like multiplayer only type games. Like I want them to take a stab at like Alan Wake again.
Yeah.
Or another Quantum Break. Something along those lines.
You mean like story driven?
Yeah.
Weren't they the ones that were talking about it's hard now to invest in a
Yeah,
story.
and that's probably the same reason why they EA shut Visceral down. But I think it's still something like you should still have a diverse portfolio because I think there's fans in every type of genre.
Right.
So it's just like one of those things. Like if you can get like one core, even if you gotta buy the Tomb Raider franchise, you know what I mean? Like if who has Tomb Raider? Square has Tomb Raider. If Square's like, you know what, this didn't really meet our expectations. All right, well Microsoft might go and buy Square.
Whoa.
Yeah.
They buy Square.
Not Square. I'm sorry. They might go and buy Tomb Raider.
That'd be huge.
But that would fill in a blank where they don't have Uncharted.
Yeah.
And Tomb Raider, like I said, in my opinion, the Tomb Raider series is more fun to play from moment to moment. But like the cutscenes and the story is okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the actual gameplay, I felt, is a lot more fun to play in Tomb Raider.
Well, you know, it's hard because they have now the most powerful console out there.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to see something amazing get on this console. It's like, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
Besides just upgrading everything that they have.
And again, like, and some people, you know, the people that are upgrading to the Xbox One X are the Xbox fans.
Mm-hmm.
Or they just got an HDT or 4K TV, they want to see what it can do. But again, like, you know, maybe Halo's enough for next year, but like, so what's going to come out next year? Like Crackdown, Sea of Thieves, these games that we've seen for almost 3 or 4 years, like, they have to have some surprises. The other thing that I keep bringing up, too, is like, where's the Ninja Gaiden game?
Mm-hmm.
Like, where's the Splinter Cell?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are fan bases for those games, and maybe it's just a matter of they have to get the studio that can, and then maybe buy the IP for Ninja Gaiden and make a Ninja Gaiden Black 2 or whatever the sequel would be, or a remake. But the Hitman studio, also independent right now, and they're still working on season 2 stuff for Hitman. Like, that should be an easy acquisition.
Did they still didn't find? I know that's been going on for a little while now.
They might be in talks with somebody, just can't talk about it publicly.
They wouldn't talk about
Probably.
it publicly. Yeah, that'd be like an announcement
Maybe
somewhere.
it was Microsoft.
Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it wouldn't be a bad idea for them to go and grab Hitman. Hitman has a pretty big following from Xbox.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like Blood Money and stuff like that. A lot of those Hitman games were played on Xbox.
Now, was this an announcement that was made today with the release of Xbox One X, or was this like released a couple of days ago?
It was a day or two ago, I think.
Yeah, these articles are going around like today, so probably Bloomberg came out with the interview maybe yesterday or something.
I'm just
it might have been at maybe they were in New York or something.
I'm just wondering because I know we did mention talking about the Xbox One X. You know, is this going to be the last resort for Xbox? Or
I don't know. It's really hard for me to see a world where there's no Xbox and there's only PlayStation.
It
could just be PC or Windows.
Some people are comparing the Xbox to the Dreamcast, but I don't think it's going to go that way. They might publish stuff on other consoles, like first-party games, but I think their Xbox is still going to keep going just because it's a set-top box for entertainment.
It's a smart move for them to announce that now that people or the Xbox One X is available, because then it gives people a reason like, okay, let's invest in this, but also it gives people that did buy one a little glimmer of hope, because what is out besides, you know, what is there to look forward to? Like we just talked about, there's not much out there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the third party games are still going to look a lot better on the Xbox One X than even the PS4.
Oh yeah, well I mean, like you said, if you had a 4K TV, which I don't know what the percentage of that is. I know I don't have 4K TVs. My TVs work fine, but if I were to get one, I would like to kind of push the TV and I would want, because I mean the system itself upgrades all even your Xbox games.
Original games, they got the new library.
Can run in 4K.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're going to enhance those 360 games too. And from a little bit of what I heard, it's very similar to like if you play an old game on PC, but you upgraded the specs recently. Yeah. Like you're going to see a bump. Mm-hmm. You're going to see an enhancement.
Oh yeah.
On 360
even
games.
with the original Xbox, they had what we were talking about, Knights of the Old Republic, and then they had like screenshots back to back of what was playing, and it just it upgraded it so nicely. I mean, it's nothing like, oh my god, but it's just like you look at the original, you're like, oh yeah, it's a little fuzzy, and then you see the enhancements, you're like, wow, that's good.
The other part of the article that kind of stood out was the streaming service. I guess they want to try and eventually get into like a streaming, something where you can be, have a Roku or something and be able to hook up a controller and play Xbox games on it.
They said something like within the next 3 years they want to push that, so like before 2020.
That might be where a lot of it goes. It might all go to an app. But I just don't know. I don't know the specifics of like running it like 4K games through like a little stick or a Roku box.
I was gonna say that's kind of weird if they're gonna invest in the Xbox One X and then just like throw everything on an app.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
did they mention it would be a gaming streaming service?
Yeah,
that's what they want. Yeah, I think so. That's what they want to try, because I guess people were comparing it to like what they did with PlayStation Now. Again, I still think that PlayStation Now was a good investment. I don't think Sony's going to see a payoff for it anytime soon, but I think it was a good investment, and I think that Microsoft's probably realizing that too. So, the ability to stream games instantly to anywhere.
Yeah.
Hook up a controller. So, it's got a long way to go.
I had PlayStation Now, the 1 week trial a while back when I had my old modem, and it would not stay for longer, like 2 minutes. Yeah. It was like, your connection's bad. I'm canceling this. So it just crashed.
You monster.
New router required.
Yeah, so I didn't really get the PlayStation Now experience. I can probably play it now, but I don't really feel like it.
Yeah. So we'll see what they buy. See what studios
It'd be
they buy.
interesting when they go from here.
Because I mean, you look at it like 343, they're the Halo studio. You look at Coalition, they're the Gears of War studio. So maybe the next studio that they buy is the Fable studio, or they make something. They have
Lion's Head.
Lion's Head. So, yep, that's it.
So I was like,
good job.
It just popped in there. What just popped in there? Ghostbusters reference.
But so yeah, and people have been yelling for a Conker's Bad Fur Day for a long time, Banjo-Kazooie and stuff like that. So I guess
that's
they can get
Rare.
some studios.
Rare.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like Rare spent so much time on Sea of Thieves. Like I just hope the Sea of Thieves pans out, and I don't know if it's going to at this point. Like I don't know what that game needs to do to sell gangbusters, and I don't know if it will.
All right, listen. When I see gameplay, it doesn't look for me, but it doesn't look like something that looks bad. It just looks something that's different, which is good. It looks fun, but it's just like I wouldn't want to spend hard-earned money on a game.
And I would like to make a prediction real quick that if we don't see Halo this year coming out, they have gone back to the drawing board and made it a Destiny-esque type of Halo game.
Wait, upcoming year, right?
Yeah. So if it doesn't come out in 2018. And there's no updates about it, they probably went back and they're giving another year to build out a world similar to what Destiny and Anthem's going to be like.
Like, I don't know how I feel about it's like I'm really into Destiny, but Halo is a different experience.
Yeah, you don't want it to be like everything, let's just make it Destiny.
Like
it'll just become Destiny expansions.
In a couple of years, Mario's like a Destiny game. Everything's a Destiny game.
No, it's not. Nintendo would never break from what they want to do. They've been selling the same characters for decades now. They're not going to change.
They'll make Metroid a Destiny game because it's a sci-fi.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't.
Just have Samus versus Xenomorphs. There you go.
Loot drops.
I'd play that.
Well, then you can actually have a Metroid and Contra together, even though they're completely different.
Contra will be a Destiny game,
but that'd be
Metroid
fun.
Doom.
A Metroid Doom.
Yeah.
Did you know there's a mod for Castlevania?
Battletoads.
That's like a Doom Castlevania game.
Oh no.
So it's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Anyway, what do you think of this? Who do you think Microsoft's going to seek out to buy, if they do at all? Maybe this could just be some extra hype that he's throwing at because of the Xbox One X.
I really want to say that they're going to buy PUBG.
Maybe
I really think they're going to.
Maybe they'll buy Bluehole. Maybe they'll buy the mom and pop store down the street.
So maybe that's what they're planning. Do you think they would still ever go to the PlayStation?
Absolutely, because
they would get the money
because of the publishing. If they're going to make money off of publishing, just like they're doing with Minecraft.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. They have the bigger install base, so they want to sell to that install base. So the install the whatever the percentage is still better than not having it on PlayStation.
Yeah,
like and like the publishing costs, like microtransactions and stuff like that, they're going to get a piece of that. Like, there's money to be made there.
Yeah.
Over the course of time.
No, it'd be smart. I don't know if they'll. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they could.
They could just go into publishing eventually. They might have their service and then just.
I mean, I would like to see that too. I mean, I'm rooting for them.
Didn't they only go into the console business because Sony was, and they didn't want to let them have that?
Yeah, they
didn't want to lose the living room.
Yeah, that's exact quotes from interviews.
And I guess with apps and other services, they wouldn't really be losing the living room. The interviews.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, if it wasn't for Halo, I don't know if the Xbox would have done as well.
Yeah, that's possible. It's a good question.
Because Halo was like the Xbox selling game. Like, I remember my brother and I got an Xbox because we just couldn't take the Halo hype anymore. We're like, what is this? But the fact is, like, you could, I liked it because you could play 4 players on one console. System Link, like, you couldn't do that easily with the PlayStation.
Nope.
So that was a big game changer.
I'm rooting for you, Xbox.
I am too. Show your stuff.
I want you to do good.
Jonah has dreams too. Let them come true.
Reboot Scalebound, please.